Back at you for another one. This is Dangerous Misinformation. I'm your host, Rodney Smith. Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you being here. This is the only podcast in the world where we love everybody. We make fun of everything. If this is your first time tuning in, congrats. You found it. Here you are, your new favorite podcast going forwards. I'm honored to have you here. Not a lot of other people will feel that way because most of the time, anybody you meet will probably not give a shit. I think that's one thing as humans, we are all kind of delusional in the way that we think anybody's paying attention to us because most of the time, nobody gives a shit. So the things that we're insecure about at a deep level where we think, oh, my hair's not right, or oh, my this and that, nobody honestly cares. That's why you're not going to see me unless I have extreme FU money. You're not going to see me buying a super expensive car, or wearing a super expensive watch, or doing anything to flex on my fellow man. I will use female hypergamy against them 100%. If there's going to be gold diggers in the world, I'm going to pretend to be as rich as possible just to use them. So the same way they would want to use me for finances, I'm going to use their stupidity and their gold digging against them because that is only fair. If you're going to try to exploit somebody, expect to get exploited back for, wow, I'm wearing sunglasses, for the same moral things or whatever. I don't know, dude. Would I ever do that to a kind-hearted, seemingly sincere person? Nada. Oh, look, we made it. How long did we make it? We made it 2 minutes before the cat is howling at the door. Excuse me. Let me let her in. All right, let's let that settle down. Because what would this podcast be without this cat? Come here. Come here. Let's see if we can get her on camera. Come here. Come on. If you're gonna disturb the thing, come on. Come on, up. Let's go. Come here. Come on. Dude, I swear she does the exact opposite of whatever I want her to do. She just knows. They have this cats are like women, bro. They're 100% like women. They want to be around you, but only on their own terms. And as soon as you ask them to see, come on. That's why I like them, though. I like cats because they don't just slobber all over you. They're not just like, oh, you're going to give me food? I know people talk about dogs being man's best friend, but are they really? Do you think a dog is really that loyal? Because a dog probably doesn't give a fuck, to be honest. They say cats don't give a fuck, but once a cat attaches to a human, that's their person. They pick a person, you get blessed. And like, she's my familiar. And with dogs, I mean, I've watched people's dogs, and their dogs just, if you watch somebody's cat, the cat wants nothing to do with you for a good 2-3 weeks. The dog, as soon as you walk in, the dog just be like, attention. The dog just be all over you. But I don't know. I'm not saying anything bad about dogs. But anyways, dude, what do we want to go into? Let's look at my notes here. Did you guys see they finally announced GTA 6? And I'm not gonna lie, I've been playing PlayStation again. I realized I had Battlefield 5 on my PlayStation, and okay, you can't be doing that. God, dude, this cat, I swear, now she's playing. Look at this stupid thing. Come here. How am I supposed to do this, dude? Unbelievable. Okay, let's push through this. Okay. I swear every episode, that's gotta be getting old. That's either really funny to somebody because it legitimately pisses me the fuck off that every time I sit down, she comes in here and she just terrorizes, or she stands in front of the door. Like, she wants nothing to do with me beforehand. Then as soon as I go into the other room and I close the door so the neighbors don't hear me talking about like butthole Biden making millions off the Ukrainian conflict, and they think I'm some right-wing extremist, right? Before they get a proper idea of who I am. I close the door and I turn on some shit, the TV outside, so it's kind of like Kevin from Home Alone, so it sounds like something else is going on. And then the cat just starts howling at the fucking door. And then she comes in here and she messes with my backdrop. And she brings some toy in here with a bell on it that she never plays with. She literally wants nothing to do ever with toys until she comes in here and she starts fiddle fucking with this stupid little bell. Dumb little bitch, dude. Anyways, so the GTA 6 trailer dropped, right? Which I'm stoked about because I might have to get a PlayStation 5 at that point. I'm still playing a PS4 and the thing doesn't even hook up to the Wi-Fi. I got to run a cable through my whole apartment like some ghetto trash piece of shit. But I've been playing Battlefield 5 recently, and I didn't realize how good that game was. And usually I'm not a video game person. I can only play video games for like an hour and I got to put it down because I can't focus like that on one thing, but it is very immersive. That's what I like about basically the Battlefield series. I can't play any sort of like storyline game or something like that because I just start feeling like a big nerd, like, oh, I'm living in this weird fantasy world. But if I'm playing historically accurate war games, it's pretty fucking cool, especially the graphics, because I haven't played video games really since I was a teenager. I played Battlefield 1 back in 2016 with my homies online. That's the whole reason I bought the PlayStation. I think Tegan or Jesse, one of my friends back home one day was like, hey, let's play Battlefield 1. I said, okay, why not? And so I bought a PlayStation, and I think I only have like 3 or 4 games. But at some point I bought Battlefield 5, and I've been playing the fuck out of that. And then they announced the next day they launched the GTA trailer. And the funny thing about the GTA trailer, if you watch it, it is just absolute ghetto trash throughout. You know, they're depicting Florida. They're depicting Florida, so they just got bitches twerking on top of cars and fake Kodak blacks with grills, shoving Uzis in people's faces, and guys at the strip clubs throwing ones on big booties with butterfly tattoos on them and shit like that. Then you get on Twitter and you see people going, oh, this is such a bad representation of black people. But then you always talk about, you know, they complain like, oh, we want representation. But so it's like, okay, well, here's your representation, dude. That's what some of you look like. Sorry to tell you. The game's a parody of life, and that's what some of y'all look like. So you're being represented at this point. They made a fucking... God, I was watching The Covenant last night, right? And there's a scene where Jake Gyllenhaal, whatever his name is, where he walks into this colonel's office, and there's a fucking black George Washington on the wall. I wonder if I probably can't find it. I don't know. Go watch the movie. Go watch the movie when he walks in there and he tries to get visas for this dude who schleps his ass around the desert, saving him from the Taliban, the original Hamas. He walks into this colonel's office to get some visas, and George Washington is on the wall. But that whole movie, it was a good movie, but the whole thing was kind of a weird propaganda piece, which, by the way, okay, so if you don't know this, the original, I heard Patrick Bet-David talk about this. There was a original Titanic movie, which came out in the 30s or 40s. I can't remember. I think it was Titanic: A Night to Remember. It's a German-made film. And throughout the movie, there's a lot of, quote, German propaganda in there where they make, you know, all the English officers only care about themselves and are trying to save themselves. And the Germans are trying to, like, save all the women and children. And they're the real heroes of the story, right? And so people talk about this movie, about how this is such Nazi propaganda, which it obviously is, right? Not denying that. But then, so I'm watching The Covenant, and they're talking about how, you know, all these Americans are here to save these people in the Middle East from themselves. And it's like, how is American Hollywood any different from the Nazi propaganda? You watch all these war movies. Like when I was a little kid growing up, I remember in 7th grade, I wanted to be a Marine because I would watch all these movies like We Were Soldiers and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, who's the most combat ready? Like I wanted to go to war. I thought war was a cool thing. I watched all these movies like, oh, my family would be proud of me. It'd be this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, it's fucking propaganda. You know what I mean? It's propaganda. It's making kids think that, okay, the only way I can love my country and, you know what I mean? There's just no difference to me between the way Hollywood portrays the American wars. And if you look back and look at like Nazi propaganda or what the North Koreans do or anything like that, you know, as Americans, we always talk about everybody else. Everybody else is propaganda and crooked. Oh my God, Kat. I kicked her out, dude. Couldn't do it. Look behind me. Anyways, yeah, it's just fucking propaganda. It's no different having Mel Gibson on the TV just mowing down a bunch of Vietnamese people. That's no different than Kim Jong-un talking about how he invented cheeseburgers and how he read a manual one morning and he decided to go fly 767. Yeah, dude. Everything we know is bullshit. Everything is trash, and everybody's lying to us. So how about that? I'm really curious what's going to happen, how they're going to, because they've already been coming after Trump very hard with all sorts of indictments for whatever financial crimes and inciting alleged riots and whatnot. Okay. But the main thing that they came after Trump back in 2016 is if he becomes president, he's going to tank the economy and start World War III. Now, during Trump's presidency, none of that happened. The economy was the best it's been in a long time, and he's the only president in a long time. That did not start a new conflict or prolong a conflict. And so for them to come out, I mean, so now their whole fear-mongering thing is talking about, oh, he's going to be a dictator, right? Which the irony in that is dictators tell people they can't say certain things. Trump's coming out and he wants to tell people that they can't silence people. This kid said the dumbest shit to me the other day. It was literally like the dumbest comment anybody's ever gotten to me. He said that cancel culture is the backbone of free speech. And I'm like, what? That is so stupid. And I wrapped my head around it to the point where he was saying for the government to tell the tech companies that they cannot silence people is infringing the tech companies' freedom of speech. Now think about how fucking stupid you have to be to come to that conclusion, to play by that sort of logic, that telling people that they cannot silence others is infringing their free speech. It's just a level of fucking stupid that I can't wrap my head around. But basically, the big fear with Trump is that he's going to start wars, that he's going to tank the economy. Neither of those happened, and that's exactly what happened under Biden. I mean, this Hamas and Israel shit might get really fucking out of control, and Russia would have never invaded Ukraine if Trump was in office. It's just all these things wouldn't have happened. It's all because Biden's a fucking dumbass, dude. And these people, like, whenever... I don't wish anybody to be a victim of crime anywhere, but then when you see, like, I saw this shop owner in California, he keeps getting broken into, and he's like, I voted for Karen Bass, I voted for Gavin Newsom, I voted for Joe Biden, and why would I do it again? It's like, bro, you got what you voted for. You didn't foresee that. You didn't foresee these things happening when they wanted to defund a bunch of police departments and all this bullshit, right? You have to have some sort of foresight. You know, you can't keep doing the same things over and over again and hoping for a different result. And yeah, bro, these people are crazy. These people are crazy and the world's going to shit, and I love it. So if you love it, be sure to leave a rating. Please be sure to tell somebody about the pod. Thank you for listening, watching, whatever you're doing. Please go to my YouTube channel, like the video on there. I'm pretty sure YouTube has me shadow banned to all hell, so I might stop posting on YouTube for a while. What else did I want to add in there? I don't remember if I wanted to add anything else in there. I think I'm forgetting something. There was something I wanted to address. No. Well, it's okay. Y'all take care of yourselves. Tell somebody about the podcast. We're gonna do Monday. We're gonna try Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because I think I'm saturating. So I think I was posting too much, doing daily episodes Monday through Thursday. I think maybe that's why YouTube is coming down on me because I'm uploading too much. So anyways, y'all take care of yourselves. Leave ratings, say what up, send me email, lordpettypodcast@gmail.com, and salute.